Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dungeons 3. I am the Dark Lord, the Alchemical Rabbit, and joining me today is my compatriot in horror and terror, the great, maleficent Etoile.
Hello.
Hello?
I'm ready to be evil.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were the very quiet evil there for a moment. I'm not
Oh
even
gosh,
sure if the
I'm so sorry.
microphone picked you up.
Is this better?
It's a little better. It's a little better.
Good.
All right. If you are a fan of the channel, then
I am.
thank you. We have the one. We have the one fan of the channel. Well, one fan of the channel.
Yay!
If you recall from the early days of this channel, from the days that make the audio levels problems we have nowadays seem like nothing, I played Dungeon Keeper 2, one of the greatest video games of all time. Fight me. So this is coming a bit full circle. So we have Dungeons 3, one of the spiritual successors to the Dungeon Keeper franchise. Now, the Dungeons game series has had a bit of a storied history. The first game, to my memory, was kind of sold as being a spiritual successor to Dungeon Keeper, and really what it was sort of a it wasn't even a dungeon management simulator, it was a hero management simulator where you manage the happiness of heroes through a dungeon they could explore. And let's just say the fandom didn't take well to that. Maybe if it had been sold differently, it would have turned out differently, but instead we got the much improved Dungeons 2. And don't get me wrong, I'm never going to claim that Dungeons 2 or Dungeons 3 is on par with the legendary works of Bullfrog. But I have spent a good amount of time playing the Dungeons 3 campaign already, and I am actually a pretty big fan of it. And Dungeons 3 does do something that Dungeon Keeper never did, and that is co-op.
Yay, co-op.
So, to that end, Etoile will be joining me as my compatriot in evil for this campaign.
Yes.
And we will go ahead and begin at Mission 1. I'm gonna scroll through as far as I am right now. Let's start with the Shadow of Absolute Evil.
Excellent.
The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target.
Are you going to
A
invite
dark
me to
elf
the game?
Named Talia.
Alright, now that the narration is done by the excellent narrator who actually did the Stanley Parable, if you've played that. If you have not played that, pause the video, go play Stanley Parable. It's very cheap on Steam, then come back to the video. But yes, Etoile, I'm going to invite you to the game, but the people get to hear the narration first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Since I'm not in the game yet, I didn't realize there was already narration.
Oh, giving me some toot, are you?
I am.
I see.
I am.
You have been invited, by the way. So how's
I
that
had a
attitude
network
treating
error.
you? You had a network error now.
Yep.
Going to invite you again.
Okay.
See how that goes.
I'm still having a network error.
All right.
Let me quit the game real quick.
All right. This is already starting off absolutely swimmingly. Do you think we should restart? No, because that was a good intro. I'm saving this goddamn intro.
Yeah, save the intro.
If nothing else, I may edit around this. If you're hearing this right now, I didn't edit around it because I am lazy, and we are recording this late at night. So let me know when you're back in the game.
I am back in the game.
Interest one more time. There we go. We already did a test on this. We know it works. Hey, there she is.
There we go. Maybe it was just because I was still stuck in the old.
Maybe. Let the games begin.
A long, long time ago. The absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab.
Yummy.
Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to
What amazes me, that those heads
Are
can
still
still
alive.
blink. Yes.
I mean, the one under his right foot can blink.
Yeah, I know.
I
think that was the king.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yes. A, B, C, D.
My favorite band was always Torn.
I do like the goth cheerleader devil girl.
The succubus cheerleader.
Yeah, she's great.
Aw, they miss us.
Aww. Maybe I won't slap them around too much then. At least in the early game.
No torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather
The chickens, though.
Oh, definitely. Well, we don't have chickens in this game. It's not Dungeon Keeper.
That's true.
The gobblers.
Gobblers, yes.
The turkeys.
The turkeys.
The evil genius evil joyfully burst from its super secret laboratory.
Oh, that wasn't joyful or bursting.
It wasn't. That was a door opened and we see his back.
As often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean.
Lots of sharks. Or
Whatever that is.
like, is that one of our friends?
I don't
This was
know.
so
I
powerful
don't
that it
think
covered
so.
the horizon from north to south,
Even though it should
and
be,
was
because
manned
we
by
are
the
the
best
ultimate
and most
evil.
Well, maybe the
powerful
things in the
creatures
ocean
of
aren't evil.
devious evil's command.
Maybe they're good.
The fleet set
Because something
sail
is
for
ugly
crossing
doesn't
to
mean
this new
it's evil.
continent.
Totally.
Left the
Well,
harbor and
No,
sailed.
but it definitely helps.
Yet that mattered not.
Man, our fleet
to the
sucks.
couldn't give a
Yeah.
hoot about its minions' evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet.
And more powerful means taller,
These new ships
Well, I mean-
were
which I think
giant
makes them
engines
more prone to
with
flipping
genius
over.
evil's second-best
Probably.
creatures.
No, it
The
definitely
fleet
does.
set out.
That's
that
how
sank as well.
ships work.
Well, to be fair, they don't flip over in this. They just
They fell
sink.
over. They
No, they just-
definitely fell over.
One
His
fell
relentless
over.
anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the
So what's
matter
our
itself.
armor
With a
spoofing
sigh, it cast a spell
in this?
and created
Like,
Lich
a
King?
shadow of itself.
okay.
Overlord.
Of absolute darkness
I think it's a
and
lot of
darkness.
Overlord and the Lich
The
King.
shadow
Fair enough.
flew across the water towards the east.
Go forth, CG effect on a 2D illustrated
A
background.
corruptible being that would subjugate
Yes.
this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the
See, those are the tentacles of good that thwarted our attempts.
Yeah, those spiky
Why-
mofos.
Why can't good have spiky mofos?
Because it's just, inherently evil.
It is not inherently
It
evil.
kind of is.
Spikies are not inherently evil.
Okay, name me a person in history who used spikes in their reign
Uh-huh.
and wasn't considered probably not the best of people and could qualify as evil.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't name a historical figure that would fit for that no matter what.
You know who does?
Who?
Well, now,
Vlad.
Talia, tell me about
The
yourself.
Impaler.
So there you go. There's a good guy who used
He
spikes.
wasn't a good guy. He was a good guy for his
That's what I'm
people
saying.
specifically,
You have not
but
provided me a good example.
well, that's what I'm saying.
As we
He-
talk over all this dialogue and introductions,
I'm
this
sorry.
is Taylor. She's kind of important. She's not wearing pants.
She is definitely not wearing pants.
This is key to her power.
Excellent.
Yes.
This guy she's talking to, who is absolutely not the paladin from Warcraft 3. Absolutely not.
Nope.
Is apparently her dad.
Meantime, my loyal
Foster
friend,
father.
Dad, foster father, same difference.
should anything
I think actually they're very different,
And then-
considering one is biological and the other's not.
You know what? I think you're going to insult some adoptive families here.
That is fair. I apologize.
Then we have your
I'm
uncle
insensitive.
Grimly the Dwarf Slayer
Yep. He has a fabulous mohawk
and a fabulous
See you
hammer.
soon, my friend.
and a fabulous
May
beard.
the goddess
Really,
also
he's just
be
fabulous.
and the light
Indeed.
burn
If we could
forever.
corrupt him, that would be wonderful.
We'll see what happens. I'm halfway through the campaign. I can't say anything about what happens in the future.
My goodness.
Who does good is good. That is actually a Tolly's that is her saying. Every morning she wakes up, she looks in the mirror, and she says, "Those who do good are good."
That is absolutely not what I say.
It is, actually.
No, I look in the mirror and go, ugh.
Sheep was peacefully grazing
You're disgusted by how good you are.
Yes.
with a fulminant explosive
No.
effect that ate up half our special effects budget. The shadow entered.
Yeah, you'll notice the writing in this game, by the way, folks, does not shy away from acknowledging its inspirations.
No.
That is the best way I have figured out how to say it. No, he's going over here.
Move through the
No.
world.
He needs to go.
All
He
around it
has to go
died.
this way.
Plants withered. Animals.
All right, so for those of you who know the Dungeon Keeper formula, the way that this co-op basically works
Stop it.
is that Etoile and I are basically the same controller on a sort of bare bones RTS mode, as you can see. If you're more familiar with Dungeon Keeper in general, you will know the Hand of Evil. Once we get to the dungeon keeping, we will have two Hands of Evil. Quite useful. Good for multitasking. If we're both right hands, that's going to raise a few questions. I still want to know where the left hands are, but whatever.
We just detached our left hand and put it on our right side.
But the thumb position.
Yeah, exactly. It's very awkward.
That's not how that works at all.
It's very awkward, but that's what happened. Why
Oh.
did you do that?
Good job.
I didn't do it.
That was actually you. I didn't click.
Really?
Yeah.
But I put him. That's weird.
I legit did not do that. So right now, we just need to absolutely not mimic the first mission of the Undead campaign in Warcraft 3 and send the Shade, I'm sorry, the Shadow, forward to find ourselves a pantsless Dark Elf and see about possessing her.
True.
Yes. Because once again, this game I don't think even knows Warcraft 3 exists. It's so original.
Fortunately, this one
Alright, let's get
was
some
not
possession
closed,
going.
but it was brightly lit.
Now, so you notice all the
There was an
circles? Those are the
unfortunate
light.
guard
Our
but the
shadow
shadow
is
was able to
amazingly
possess,
not capable
thanks
of
to its
walking in the
incredible
light,
powers.
so we need
As
to
long
avoid
as
it.
the
Also, we
shadow
can't
wasn't in
possess
the
anyone who's in the light.
It's very true.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with our last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself.
I mean, we got pretty far,
Still,
actually.
Oh yeah, I
strong
just
enough
went
to
ahead and
get
just clicked
past
as
the
far
gate.
forward as I could.
Oh, there she is.
Alright, we need to
The
catch
shadow's
that
target
Dark
was
Elf.
close,
Uh-huh.
So close. Talia, the Dark Elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
Ha 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 ha.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
That's actually just what she calls it because she's had to study this like good religion or whatever
It
so
just
heavily.
tires her out.
It tires her out. No one else calls the library that,
Like,
but they
lady-
just accept that that's what she calls it.
This
No one wants to
orphanage is
argue with her.
very
Yeah.
important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin.
Isn't that the
one
name of the
who
dragon
Mighty
god?
wanted
paladin.
land.
Thanos?
Yeah.
I think it's Thanos.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's so different.
Excellent.
It is.
May
There's
the
an H.
light of the goddess shine upon
That
you.
could also be a Marvel
Let us
character.
experience this exhilarating
Honestly, that does
spectacle
sound
in the
right.
big
Thanos.
square
Well, yeah, I
together.
know it's Thanos.
Follow
But I just
me,
imagine
my
Thanos has a
friends,
cousin
for
named Thanos.
evil
Fair enough.
It's like the Beta Ray Bill
I mean,
equivalent.
Yeah.
Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terriers or errors.
I don't think the night's full of terriers.
I just-
Although that would be much more adorable than terrors.
Once again, that is two Game of
Oh my
Thrones
God.
Game of Thrones jokes already.
It's terrible terriers.
Terrible terriers?
Yeah.
The night is dark and full of terrible terriers?
Yeah. Or terrifying terriers.
Oh no, not terrifying terriers. Alright, you can tell I've already done this mission, because we are just sailing on through it.
We know where we're going.
Yeah. So we can walk into the light, it'll just hurt and slow us down. Now, unfortunately, there is an achievement for getting hurt 0 times in this mission. Unfortunately, Etoile already, made sure of that.
I'm really sorry.
You say that.
I'm sure you already have the achievement as you are clearly super pro and probably did this already.
I have no idea what you are mumbling about, my lady.
I'm not mumbling about anything.
Uh-huh.
I might be a little nasally because I'm coming down with a cold.
Well,
but
that's fine. Hopefully the sound levels are
One
better
could
on this
hear the
episode.
unbearably
I
good
hope that
bells
is
of the
well
church.
as well.
Right?
I was gonna say me too, but you didn't actually say anything for me to say me too, and then it was awkward because I just said
With
tutu.
lanterns, they
I
get
do
And-
like, by the way, the credits getting worked into this introduction.
It is nice, yes.
That's a nice way to do an intro. So kudos to the game on that. I believe we need to head up to. Nope, not yet. Not yet. The Shadow.
The shadow.
The Shadow,
It knows.
which is related to the sample.
The sample?
Resident Evil 4 Let's Play that no one watched. Don't worry about it.
Oh yes, yes.
Don't worry about it at all.
I watched
Etoile, I
it.
will go ahead and give you the honors of wrapping up this mission as I get a nice cinematic view.
Finally,
Yo, she should really wear some
the
pants.
time had come, and
Right?
the shadow of the passes in the slow lane evil was
My dear father would
Oh, gosh,
be
he cut
very
himself off.
proud
You did
were
cut
he
him
with
off.
us today.
I'm sorry,
He
narrator
would
man.
be
You should, man. That man was in
overjoyed
Stanley
to see us
Parable.
give the
I know.
young and
He is a
needy
treasure.
He was a
place to
treasure.
live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and this
Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it!
and destroy it.
Yes.
utterly, and all of
Kill
you
them all. What are you laughing at?
die.
Die!
Die! I feel like my
Tear
die
you
is
to
better than all of you.
pieces.
Also, let's just call out the fact that she's doing 1337
Feel
damage.
the power
And over
of the
9,000.
enemy. Oh, it's over 9,000.
Unimagined power
What?
surfaced.
9,000.
The
What?
black magic of the Dark Elves.
Just...
She immediately
I hope
began
somewhere
to
out there
unleash
Team
these
4-Star
towers of
played this
chaos
game, they got
upon
to
the
that
world.
joke, and they were like, we're done.
Yeah, with this, it's over.
Yeah, we are
Never
not.
again.
All.
I'm not sure which is worse, the over 9,000 joke or the fact that we are doing elite damage.
Well, I mean, it's cool. We didn't kill everybody, though.
We did not. Alright, now, before we end this completely, we have a final cutscene.
We do.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. It transitioned straight into the second mission. Because we're in co-op, it doesn't actually play all the cutscenes correctly. Before we end this episode, though, I think we all want to see the cutscene. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the Shadow of Absolute Evil outro.
The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focus beam, while screaming, Kamehameha!
Look how cool she is.
Yeah, but she just screamed Kamehameha.
In the
Well,
fatiguing
I
library,
mean,
they waited
I
eagerly
love
for
Dragon Ball Z,
Kamehameha
but come on.
Goku
This
steals all
game
his
tries.
moves.
This game is trying so hard.
Orphanage.
Why can't she?
The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well.
Hehe.
The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but
I do
Dark
like this
Armor
scene, though,
always made such
where
a
she's just like
terrible
walking and we're standing
consequence
behind her all
when they tried.
menacing.
Indeed.
But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Talia had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistrom.
Point out,
The
behind her is a
destruction
Star
of an orphanage
Destroyer, the
and
Statue of
bombardment
Liberty, and the Eye of
innocent
Sauron.
citizens with
Well,
magic
you know,
missiles immediately
we had to
made
destroy
her
those
the
things.
minion-wasting evil's new
For we are the
favorite henchperson.
Ultimate evil.
Her evil deeds
We are the
complete,
minion
Talia
wasting
withdrew into the
evil.
vaults beneath
Oh,
the
my
ruins
apologies.
Of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartment.
To be fair, I think
she
most
prepared
evils
to
waste a lot of
create something
minions.
Powerful in the name of the absolutely, ultimately evil. A
Excellent.
dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Talia's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully
Poor
to
father
himself,
didn't know.
with no inkling
Eat
of
the
his
magic
foster
dragon, ladies
daughter's
and gentlemen.
dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first mildly haphazard first episode of Dungeons 3. Let us know down in the comments if you're interested in seeing more. The current plan is to play this game to completion. Going to aim to do one level per episode. We'll see. I think some of these levels might get a little long in the later game. We'll see how that works out. But if you'd like to see more, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, please remember to leave a comment, hit the like button, or the dislike button if you're not a fan. I have been the Alchemical Rabbit,
And this has been Etoile.
and we will see you later.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.